Progress is progress. Again? Come on, dude. Get lost. Go on. You're just sitting there waiting for me to start talking again, aren't you? Yep. I keep hitting my video. What do you do? Take two. I had to shut the door. I was going to talk about the truck some more, but obviously I can't right now because my neighbor's dog wants to bark and bark and bark. So, moving on. Anyways, the whole point of this video was I made progress working on the truck, but it's going slower than expected because of rusts and other things. Like, while I had the front of the truck tore apart, it occurred to me, you know, there's other modifications I was going to do later down the road. It's going to be a lot easier to like step in there with the core support out. I get much closer to the engine and do these modifications. I wanted to drive it first, but you know, while you're there. So anyways, let's talk about some of these future modifications that I'm going to probably do now. I'm all laid out over here. Of course, I've mentioned the underdrive pulleys and made a video about it, but here's a comparison. I actually found the old crank pulley off of my Vortec donor truck, so you can see right there, side by side. It's quite a difference. Now, one of the mods I want to do is a highly debatable mod. It's just the open air cleaner mod, which you need this adapter bracket because I got the dual, you know, the two post or whatever, you know, for my air cleaner, for which I can't show you right now because of the dog. Actually, I can. I think I can. It's over here. One sec. Yep, one sec. I'm trying to this video forever, but there are two holes for the air cleaner studs. Or, sorry, two studs for the air cleaner housing, whatever. So I had to convert it to a single stud to use a open air filter element, like, you know, the classic like you see on old cars. So anyways, that's one of my plans because there's another mod that's popular to do with these because of this, I guess, adapter for that air filter housing, which is on the throttle body right now. This is another one I had, which I got for an example. But you can see how deep it is. It's pretty, you know, deep compared to this, which is much more shallow. You know, it's still got a little bit of depth to it, but it's not as bad. The theory behind changing to an open air cleaner or another version which is like $50, which I didn't want to buy, it's like a salad bowl, is you're unshrouding the injector pods. There's two injector pods right here. And this little spacer really disrupts the flow, you know, in from the air filter around them, so it makes them more obstructed. So the closer you can get to the level, you're going to have less obstruction. Which is also why I got this cheap mod, which is a injector pod spacer, which is going to raise them up a little bit. There's a little better shot of it. It was only a few bucks on eBay. I think it was less than $10. And this, I already had this, so I already got an air cleaner. It's K&N style, cheaper, but you know, it's good enough for 305. So we'll do the air cleaner mod to help, you know, flow better. Which, of course, some people will say, you know, there's hot air under the hood, but I plan to put some hood vents in later. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on. Oh, I did forget to mention, I got this ARP bolt, which I really like for these balancers for when I lash the valves and such, because that standard bolt got that little 5/8 head. This is just gonna keep sitting over there, out of my way. It's much bigger. The socket will stand there, won't slip off, won't round off. You know, much better. You know, fortunately for me, someone returned that one, so that's why it's in the bag. It was open and I got it cheaper from Amazon, so saved a few bucks. But moving on, I also want to do, of course, a tune-up, and I think I'm going to change to a TFI coil. Which I got connectors for these. They're cheap, you know. Just splice it in, and I like those coils a lot better than the standard GM coils for the HEI. Even the external coil for the HEI, which that, you know, lucky is an external coil, not a old style. Do I have one sitting around here? No, I don't. Moving on. Next, I want to do a throttle body spacer. Another very controversial subject. This is very controversial because, you know, some people will talk about, well, there's many different designs of these. This is just a simple, cheap one. Well, initially it's not cheap. It was like supposed to be like $100-ish bucks or $90, but I bought it for $30 on eBay. The only reason I got it is because, you know, it comes with 2 gaskets. It's got these fuel rail spacers, sorry, fuel line spacers and the studs. And it's got a lot of stuff. So I mean, $30 you can't beat that. But what I really wanted was an open spacer, and again, very debatable on whether the spacers make a difference or not in these throttle body, the TBI intakes and setups, whatever you want to call them. And from what I've seen, it's the open spacers that help. It's like there's a TBI intake for the 4.3 that already comes notched, like the RPM air gaps have a notch in their divider, and that's what I want to do. Is I want to modify this 2-hole spacer into a notch. You know, I'm going to make it like a reverse taper, which is going to be another video, which I completely forgot, so it's going to slow me down as well. Of course, you can buy them already open, but this was much cheaper, so I just went with this route. I'm like, I got burrs, I'll modify it. So that's one future video shortly I'll be doing. Next, of course, when I get in there easier, I got some 1.6 self-aligning rockers. You can see right here, self-aligning. They got the, you know, little ears on either side. So I got a good deal on half of these. The other paid, you know, a little more than I'd like, but I got a little over $100 into the set, so it's not terrible. You know, it's missing some junk, but who cares? Again, another Amazon special. So, you know, I already prefer not to use these stupid those regular nuts. I like to use the poly locks or whatever with the locking nuts, so no big deal. And of course, while I'm in there, I'm going to do valve springs and seals, because it does smoke some. And I'm pretty sure it's not entirely the seals, but you know what, these are another Amazon special, $9 or so for these seals. I got these maybe LS springs a while back, so I already have them. I'm already going to be there. Why not put them on? I mean, it's just a 305, high mileage 305. Who cares? If they are, you know, rip off, you know, overseas springs, a 305 is perfect. So go ahead and do that stuff. Oh, and push rods. I still gotta pull the valve cover off the truck and figure out if it's a roller cam or not roller cam, which maybe I'll include a clip of that later. So push rods are one thing I like to change as well, because while you're there, they're not too bad. Also, while I'm there, since this is no cool and I'm doing the, you know, stuff, I'm going to change to a different thermostat. I believe they're like 190, 195 stock or something like that. So I'm going to change to a 180. I can't remember if this is a 180 or 160 high flow, so I'll have to look at the part number later. But I may use that, but I'm going to at least change to 180 because I got multiple of them here from various, you know, slightly used from different vehicles, until I found out these high flow ones. I like these high flow ones, which are usually Milodon or Milodon, however you pronounce that. I use those a lot in my cars, and I got these 180s I've taken out, you know, the regular ones. Which, you know, again, I already have it. I'm gonna throw it in there, lower the temperature. Cooler temperatures mean maybe a little bit better power, you know, so on. Another debatable thing. So, also, I want to change to a high flow muffler. No baffles. I believe Luck has like a chamber style muffler on it, kind of like similar to Flowmaster. That's what it looked like. And also another tip I heard a long time ago that I try and do, I try and place the muffler closest to the rear as possible. So I'll probably delete the muffler on there because the pipe looks good enough to weld on. So I'll make a piece, you know, might need a little zag or whatever, you know, elbow. Delete the muffler, put this one on towards the end, or similar. I might not use this exact one. I got multiple of these mufflers, but something like that towards the end. And not that it'll make a huge difference, but every little bit. I mean, you know, the little stuff adds up if you do enough of it. But again, it's just a 305 with high mileage, so. I wasn't focusing. Oh, there's one other thing I'm going to do. I dug this out the other day. It's my previous video I talked about deleting the AC pump, which, again, controversial whether it actually robbed anything, blah, blah, blah. But I already had this idler off of Buck 4, and he's on Buck the truck. And it has a better tensioner pulley too. So, all good there. I did order an idler which is mounted there, but when I looked at the past video, when I looked at this one, I was like, I don't think they even had an idler on it yet. The belt routing, they didn't even bother with that, so I can just delete that and be good. Which, anything that makes it simpler, because of the undrive pulley, I'm already going to have to get a custom belt, so why not make it even a little short? Anyways, I want to keep this video short. I'm going to keep plugging away on the truck. I got other videos I'm going to work on meanwhile while I'm doing that other stuff, because I still got to repair the frame and such, so, you know, I'll try and keep a weekly post, but wish me luck. Bird, what's your deal? This is like the 4th time you flew in my garage. Get off my car. Get out of my garage. Shoot. Alright, back to work. Almost got the water pump off.